Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so let's see. We have the Eight of Swords. Sorry for the glare. I didn't want to turn on a light because it's nice. High Priestess. The High Priest. We have another eight in the first row, the Eight of Pentacles. I don't usually necessarily do these by rows, but just what's coming to mind right off is this is my card about denial. We haven't been facing something. We haven't been dealing with something. We just kind of want it to go away. Or we've just been telling ourselves that everything's fine, or, it's, we've been deluding ourselves. We've been in denial about something. This card's interesting because in this deck, it's like she wants to cut free, but she hasn't quite yet. So I feel like with the High Priest showing up, which is the Hierophant, that for me, this card is all about where you find your spiritual inspiration. I mean, traditionally, it's about tradition, but for me, it's really a card about where you find your spirituality and the lessons you learn that help you grow as a person. So I feel like someone, some situation, someone, and it's usually honestly unexpected. I mean, sure, you can listen to there's tons of amazing spiritual teachers out there, but it could be like the person next to you in the grocery store, your child. Be on the lookout for just little things that someone says that kind of trigger something in you, to finally cut that cord and let go of this. This is your own mind keeping you trapped somewhere. And if you can do that, I really like this. You have the Eight of Pentacles. So this card is all about being present, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune in a way. They kind of share a similar message. This is to do something and find something that when you're doing it, you're absolutely present in what you're doing. Your mind isn't racing. You're not, worrying about the 10 other things you have to do or what someone said to you, excuse me, on the bus this morning, or what your boss, piled more work on top of you and things like that. You're just completely engrossed, and it can be anything. Some people will find that when they go running or when they're in the garden, or, it can be anything when they're knitting, I don't know. So use that tool, or it could be meditation, to ground yourself and to help. When I feel like when you're doing this activity that brings this mindfulness, that thing that person said, you're going to have that moment where you're going to cut that cord and realize you need to move to take action and break free of your self-imposed restrictions. And these are self-imposed. No matter how much you try to make it seem like you're trapped, you're not. You are not. So what was fading is the world, which is the end of a cycle. So the world is an achievement, but a completion and a new beginning all at the same time. And it's, the world, it's cyclical. So something's sort of come to its natural completion. You've gone as far as you can go. You've done what you can, and it's time to sort of go along with these horses and make some decisions about where you're headed next. And decisions, something you're passionate about. What you want most as the Eight of Swords. So to me in this position, this is the denial card. We don't want to face it. we don't want to deal with this situation. But the great thing about the Eight of Swords is you can. We're trapped. Our feeling trapped is all in our brain. And look at this. We have the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords. We're being our own worst enemy right now. The near future. See, the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. This change is going to be very good for us. And it's going to fulfill a wish, actually. It may not be in the exact way we want it, but it's very rare that we're going to get everything we want exactly the way we want it. But it is going to fulfill a wish, so be open to that and remember that and remind yourself, hey, wait a minute, this is something I've wanted. So don't get all crazy and up in your head about it, but see it for the opportunity that it is and seize it, go along, jump on, say yes and let it motivate you instead of we don't want to deal with it, and deep down we're feeling that we've taken a hit, but we're actually having a wish fulfilled. So we really need to be careful about our thoughts this week and examine why we're allowing this to get us so crazy. Some outcome cards. Wow. The Two of Cups. I felt like this was about work for something, but maybe it's a relationship. This guy has been coming up a lot. And I really, really feel like it's a person that's going to help us. So this is a very grounded person, a very methodical, slow-moving person. He thinks things out. He makes long-term plans, and he is able to. He is all about. He can delay instant gratification for an extremely long time. He's all about the long game, long-term results. He's a very stable figure, and I feel like he's favorable to us. In fact, he could be someone for some people that you start a relationship. Boy, and it's freaking us out. For others, this is going to be about work. Those are the two scenarios I'm seeing. One is a work scenario, and the other one is a relationship. And I think it's funny because I think some of us have wanted to meet someone, and then when we do, it freaks us out. We're just like, oh no, like that's, I don't know. I wasn't really ready for it. There's some issues that I kind of need to deal with, and it's kind of like deal with them and get over it, because this is what you've wanted. And so don't all of a sudden create issues in your head that maybe probably don't exist. It's just sort of our baggage that we carry along. And, this is just life comes in cycles, and it's time for a new cycle. This is a pretty cool reading, actually. We have this bow part is like worry. Something's kind of ended, and it's time to start something new, and we're just worried about it. And this passion comes in here, and we have to make the decision. You can either jump on board and go for it, or I guess you can. He is sort of looking back. You can kind of have the world, or you can look back. But I feel like that saying yes, and some of our wishes are going to come true. We just have to be very careful that we recognize it, because I think a lot of times we don't sort of recognize or appreciate when a wish comes true, because it isn't exactly how we imagined it in our heads. So because of that, I think we miss sort of opportunities, because we have our eyes closed, or we get so worried about it, we chicken out. We just don't go for it, and we just sort of get in our heads and sort of can screw things up. So I feel like this week we need to make a decision sort of quickly, and it's going to freak us out, but it's really going to, in the end, embody some of our dreams that we've had, as long as we can appreciate it and understand that that's what's going on, and not self-sabotage. These are beautiful outcome cards. And this King of Pentacles energy, I think, is going to either be, if it's a relationship, be the person. And it could be the queen. If you're a guy, it could be the queen. If you date only women, pretend it's the queen, and don't get too hung up. But a person with this type of energy, a very grounded person, is somehow going to assist us, or come into our lives, or become more important in our lives this week. And they're going to be great, because this passion that's coming in, we're feeling, and these emotions, this king will help keep us calm and sort of get us out of our heads a little bit. So, thank you so much. Take care.